absolutely agree. I think the one thing that you've seen, and it's just a small sample size, but the one thing that you've seen is adjustments happen really, really quick, particularly on the defensive side of the ball already. If they've gone a possession where they haven't played very well, given up a score, and then you look at it and they've made those corrections really, really quickly, and not spent like we've seen in the past. Maybe maybe there's no adjustments, or the adjustments take a half or almost a full game to make, and then they go. So those adjustments, has you've seen those real time, and you've seen those happen a lot quicker. So, and I think what you're seeing with USC so far, even though they're very impressive, they're giving up a lot of yards in the running game so far. So I like, obviously, it's a huge addition having Venables and the staff that he's brought here, being able to make those changes and adjustments really, really quick. Yeah, he played mostly safety today. The truth, I didn't see him at all playing that cheetah spot. Mostly, probably, I think probably because him and Kanik were in the game simultaneously. But it's good that you have three different guys there that you feel comfortable with. That you feel like you're three deep in playing that cheetah spot. But yeah, mostly safety today. I saw. This team exceeds my expectations. I'm even more optimistic. Gabriel is inconsistent with that. He'll overthrow receiver. He really, yeah, and I think that just comes with time. That's not a big deal. It's not really anything that I would be concerned about at this point. It's early. It's early in the season, and things like that. So I wouldn't really be too worried about that right now. So, Mike, you had a comment about playing too much zone. Again, Oklahoma gave up hardly any chunk plays. They gave up one, obviously, early on in the game, with that 32-yard touchdown pass. But other than that, they didn't. So rest assured that they're going to be multiple. They're going to play some zone. They're going to play some man. They're going to press. They're going to do some different things like from time to time there. And I think sometimes it'll be different, kind of depending on what kind of how mobile of a quarterback you got. If he's a threat to run, you play a little bit more zone defense there, and things like that. So don't worry about. I think there's too many concerns, which I'm a little bit surprised about. There's some concerns about the defense. I mean, you should be overjoyed with exactly how Oklahoma played defensively in this game. You should be jumping for joy. Nebraska is a very, very good offensive team. They've averaged over 30 points a game so far. They've got three really good players at the skill positions with Casey Thompson, Anthony Grant, and Trey Palmer. So I think this team is going to get better and better on the defense, but through three games, this team has played much, much better defensively than you would expect. Yeah, and I think it takes a little bit to get used to. I think from this team, and one thing that I said, if this team doesn't get better defensively and really the way that they need to be able to compete for a championship under Brent Venables and this staff that he's brought in, then it's just not meant for Oklahoma to have a great defense, because one of the best defensive coordinators, if not the best in the game, is here, and he has plenty of influence on this defense right now. I think I don't know that he's necessarily calling the defense, but he has a very heavy influence in exactly what's going on with this team in terms of the play calling. So yeah, I mean, it'll be something that continues to morph and go from here. But Oklahoma is playing much more in your face, physical style of defense than they have in a long time. So